this video, I'm going to show you how you can go about closing these $20,000 website deals. And in this video, not unlike all the videos you've seen, if you watch some of my content, I'm not going to show you Facebook ads and things that I've talked about 1,000 times in the past. Actually, to be honest with you, I've been so hesitant to talk about this video because it's the thing that's been giving me an unfair advantage over the competition, and is the thing that's been giving a lot of my clients an unfair advantage over the competition, right? And of course, like, you know, if you operate a business, you don't want to spill the little secrets that would give you an unfair advantage. But this is not a one-off success either that I'm bragging about, because I've done it multiple times, right? Over and over and over, consistently over a long period of time. Of course, not my deals are $20,000. I got deals where they're $5,000, $10,000. And the point I'm making here is I've closed multiple $20,000 deals. And not just me. My client Devin closed multiple 6 to 10K deals just last month.
Devin, by the way, what's about the deals that you told me you got pending in terms of the website that you sold? You sold some?
Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty good with my website deals. Yeah, I've got like 4 clients I'm building for right now, so I'm pretty stacked.
Amazing. Those are all like the same pricing point, 5-6K?
Nah, one of them is pretty low ticket from what I consider, like 1,200, but 3 of them are from 4 to 11. So
Tyler, on the other hand, just 10 days after starting his web design agency, he closed a $50 to $100 deal. But I don't care here if I actually spit out the secret. Fly Digital, another web design agency I'm partnering with at the moment, made $36,000 in the first 5 weeks of launching their agency from scratch. Because I know even if I give you all my secrets here, there's still a high chance that a lot of you guys are not going to go and implement, because everything comes to execution. And now that you got some social proof, and the reason you guys are not making more than $10,000 per month right now is because you failed at execution, because there is no way that you'll not be making at least 10 grand a month. If you're making 10 grand a month and above, you need information to get to 30, 40, 50, and 70 grand. That's what you're lacking. But if you're not at least at 10 grand is just literally actions and execution. There is an execution problem. Now that we get all this out of the way, how can you go about closing $20,000 websites consistently over and over and over? And even if you can't close, this is what you should shoot for the stars, because even if you fall at the moon, right? So you shoot for $20,000 websites. Even if you fall, as I said, you fall at like $10,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 website. And even with $6,000, $7,000 website like my client Devin, you would still beat 99% of your competition. You're still outperforming everybody, because everybody's selling $1,500, $2,000 website on Upwork and Fiverr. So how do we go about it? First of all, right, as I said, the mechanism that we use is similar. Is Facebook ads. We have an ad creative, not one ad creative, but like 5 hook street bodies. We have 15 ads in the beginning, and we have a landing page. They fill out a form. Then we talk to them. Then we close them. We present them the pitch deck, the website. We present them our clients, and then it comes to service delivery. If you actually like web design like me, and you want to scale a web design agency past $10,000, $20,000, and $30,000 per month, then check out the offer that we have below. So basically what we do is we scale web design agencies to multiple 6 figures using one client acquisition system, one offer, one pricing, and 3 upsells. And basically we take only a small commission out of them. So that means if you don't sign any new clients, you don't pay. Simple as that. So if you want to learn more about it, check out the offer that I have below, and you can check out all the amazing testimonials from students that we help scale their agencies past 10 grand a month. But now, what I want to talk about in this video is the client acquisition part, and the part in the service delivery in the top of the funnel that give me an unfair advantage over the competition. Because there is one thing that would motivate the client, that would remove any friction from the whole buying process. You need to give them certainty. They need to be like, hey, I'm actually giving you my card details, I'm paying you, and I'm 100% sure that you're going to deliver the service. If you can't get them to be at that emotional state, you lost right away. Or that's why they're probably like, hey, all right, cool, I'm still going to be at 15, 2,000, because even that website doesn't end that professional good, and still didn't spend all my budget on it. That's how they think about it. So the only thing that would give your client and your prospect 100% certainty, and they could be spending a lot of money with you, is past testimonials. What I mean by past testimonial, let me give you just an example. One of our agency partners recently, right, he scaled to $50,000 per month. The reason he scaled so fast was because of this unfair advantage. He literally started his agency 4 months ago, and he scaled it right now, his web design agency, to $50,000 per month. At first, when he started 4 months ago, he white labeled another web design agency services. And this web design agency that he used to white label his services, he used them because they had some amazing names that he can drop in the middle of the funnel and the sales process and everything else. And those names were WAP, Stripe competitor, and he worked on a project with Luke Belmar and some big names out there. And this guy literally could go to this agency and said, look, I know you guys are making so much money. I just want to basically go and use your services. You can sell, like, help me create this website. So I'm going to buy your coaching, whatever. What if I just sell a website for $20,000? Can I pay you guys $6,000, $7,000? I'm going to do everything. I'm going to take all the risk. I just want the right to use the names of the clients that you got in your portfolio. And that's a big win. Without these names, you cannot be landing $20,000 clients. And that's the reality, because once you can have the right to use those big names, once I can create an ad creative and say, I've worked with WAP, I've worked with Iman Gadze, I've worked with Luke Belmar, I can create an ad creative, I know for a fact. I'm gonna have a lot of high-ticket entrepreneurs and a lot of high-ticket startups that would wanna work with me just because of the names that I've dropped in that ad copy. And right now, and what we go about it internally is we have an agency testimonial partnership network where literally, let's say you start from scratch, you partner up with an agency. Of course, you pay them a revenue share out of the first deals that you're getting, just in order for you to use their names in your ad creative. And after you use your name in your ad creative, you start building your portfolio. Once you build your portfolio and you have bigger names as well, then you can start using those bigger names instead of using their names. And you can keep 100% of your revenue. But that's a fast track to kind of success. You get what I'm saying? That's a catalyzer that you can use on your ad creative and everything else. And I'm not saying if you can't do that, you'll not be landing clients, but that's kind of something that's giving me an unfair advantage, because I'm not gonna lie, over all the agencies that are scaled heavily, like 60, 70, 80 grand, have been using these methods. Let's say you're starting from scratch, you have no portfolios, you know how to do web design, but you are a smart person. You know exactly, in order for you to scale to 60, 70 grand, you got to think outside the box. You don't have to go in a straight line. You need to think outside the box. So what you do is you find an agency, as I said, you have the right to use their name drops. Use Google VO3. So as I said, use Google VO3 to shoot these creatives. Literally, you would have 5 hooks, 3 bodies. And these 5 hooks, 3 bodies, you would have around 15 creatives in total. After those 15 creatives, you're going to put them in Facebook. You're going to put the campaign as Advantage Plus, right? And you're going to run this campaign with a broad audience. Just the only thing you have to make sure is you're speaking specifically with one ICP. Right? Is it startup founders? Is it e-com brands? Is it contractors? But just make sure the ICP that you're working with, you need to have a name that would basically be a wow factor in your ad. If you have that, it's game over. Once you do that, then you're going to get a lot of leads, right? Because what we do usually is fill out a form. We don't want people to book a meeting directly. Of course, after they fill out a form, they get redirected to a thank you page where they can book a meeting. We basically have our SDRs that contact all these leads. They have a discovery calls with them. They qualify them again. I didn't mention we have a qualification process on the lead form to make sure we're not talking to tire kickers. So like anyone making less than $10,000 per month, anyone that is not within our current ICP, the ICP we're trying to target, is going to get filtered out right away on that form. And that's kind of like 2 birds, 1 stone, because we're not wasting our SDRs and salespeople time with these tire kickers that are not going to end up paying $20,000 because they got no money. And also, like we tell on Facebook exactly, here is the exact people that we want you to optimize for. So when you actually create conditional logic inside the Facebook lead form, you tell Facebook, I don't need these people, I want these people. So Facebook optimize the lead cost for the people that you want. So after you basically optimize the top of the funnel, right now in the middle of the funnel, as I said, the lead comes, we have our SDR that calls them, they have a discovery call with them, qualify them again, make sure that's the right ICP, that's the right customer profile we want to be talking with. After that, they book a meeting either with me or one of my salespeople. We help them on a sales call. We show them our testimonials. We show them exactly what we've done for other people. And also, as a bonus, something that we've liked to use, we show them exactly the people that we've worked with. We drop the biggest case study names. And at that time, it's like just certainty. Like imagine right now, you are a SaaS entrepreneur, right? You just got funded, you got money. So money is not a problem, right? You're not a bootstrap SaaS company with no money. You're a funded SaaS company. And I'm having a conversation with you right now, and you booked in a meeting, and I show you a WAP case study. I tell like, hey, we exactly work with WAP, and WAP team love us. And here's exactly what the founder of WAP has said about us. Would you think that would not be kind of a bomb wow factor that will drop at you right now? And he was like, all right, if you guys work with WAP, I mean, it's game over. I want to work with you guys. So it's just the whole conversation just flip around. And that's been the unfair advantage that I've not only used in ads, I've used it in Twitter, I've used it in networking events. I literally go to a networking event and we'll sell a website for like $30,000, $40,000. This time I was like, hey, I've worked with that company and this company. And all these companies right now, I didn't work with them personally, but I have that privilege because I own an agency and I'm a partner with multiple and dozens of web design agencies that each one of them is specified in working in one niche. And I know I could be using their testimonials with their consent, of course. I'm not going to use their testimonials without their consent. Now, I hope you got enough value from this video. Let me know what you want me to cover next. See you soon. Cheers.